Hello and welcome to another episode of Ask Capt Frank. This is the segment of my YouTube channel where I review questions I've received either through my clients from my marine survey business or from my YouTube channel. Questions I've received and how I've responded to them and how I've answered, trying to help people out. So to give you a little bit of background info, today's question is going to be about winterization, how to properly winterize your boat or how not to properly winterize it. And again, to give you some background info, this was a question I received from a client of mine. We had a survey scheduled for a larger sailboat, and it's January 2025, so you have freezing temps and cold. And in fact, the survey that we had scheduled had to be postponed due to inclement weather, bad freezing rain, snow, freezing temps, and everything else. So we had to postpone the survey. The client was a little bit concerned because he heard how the owner had planned to quote unquote winterize the boat while waiting for a proper weather window to do the survey. His question to me via email was essentially, we're waiting for the weather window to be able to conduct this survey, and the owner has indicated that he's not going to fully winterize the boat. What he's going to do is he's going to put a drop light in the engine compartment. He's got a small space heater, and the client was concerned that, this is a big boat, it's over 40 foot, and it's got 2 or 3 systems that need to be winterized. It's got, a couple of air conditioning units, the sanitation system, the engine itself. And his concern was that, if this is the plan for the owner to winterize it, there would be damage, associated with some of these equipments. And he also has a generator on board too. So his question to me was, is this an acceptable practice or an acceptable method of trying to winterize your boat to prevent possible damage? And the first thing I told him was, of course, these are not your problems right now. I mean, the owner of the boat, he's going to do what he wants to do, and that's his right. And if there's any issues with the systems that he didn't winterize, then we'll find it during the survey, and then he's on the hook to fix it, right? So we, try to make sure that he understands that these are not his problems yet. However, he is concerned. I'm located in Virginia, and that's where the boat is located at. And while it's, fairly mild most of the time for, during the winter, it does have snaps of, bitter cold weather, times it'll get down into the lower teens or single digits. And what the owner is doing is something I see, a lot of boat owners try to do because they're, either they don't want to go through the trouble of a full winterization, either they don't know how to, properly winterize their boat, or they're just plain lazy. Typically, it's one of those two. And the issue is, let's say, for example, in this case, the owner has, I'm going to hang a drop light, in my engine compartment, and I'm going to have a small space heater. Well, the problem is, if this is what you're relying on to keep your boat system from freezing, what happens if you have a winter storm roll through and you lose electricity, or the breaker trips at the dock? Now, you have no electricity and you have no any form of winterization on board, even this redneck version, with a drop light, in the engine compartment. I had one guy, and I remember this pretty vivid, is that the guy, his winterization process was, I'm gonna, just like this dude, my daddy didn't raise no fool. I remember Grandpa, he used to hang a drop light, in the pump house so that it wouldn't freeze. And that's what I do for my boat. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, but you know what? You're using an LED light, and it's probably not going to generate the heat that Grandpa's old incandescent light did, right? The bottom line is, if you've got to winterize a boat, do it properly to avoid a lot of headaches and a lot of pain later on. If you have a stretch of brutally cold winter, which we do, and we've just recently had, with 4 or 5 inches of snow, then you have no protection on these systems, and you're probably going to have some damage. That's the one thing that I will say. The guys up north, they know you got to winterize stuff or it's going to freeze, right? Here down in the south, from the Mason-Dixon line south, we tend to be a little lazy. Sometimes boaters tend to be a little lazy because, it's not going to be cold, but for a few days it's not going to, be really freezing. That's where you have more freeze damage to engines and systems down here in the south than you do up north. Because again, up north they know we got to winterize stuff and they do it properly. Here, we try to kind of skirt the issue and get away from it, try to slide by hanging the drop light in the engine compartment or not even doing anything. And then when you have your freezing temps and you have no protection at all, and everybody's caught by surprise, and there's where you have your damage to your systems. if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share with all your friends and all the people you hate too. And if you've got a question, a burning desire to know something, and you think Captain Frank can help you with it, please be sure to send it in, and I'll take a look at it and try to answer it to the best of my ability. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, and you want to buy Captain Frank a cup of coffee, please click on the thanks button below this video. All tips received, not spent on coffee, will be used to improve my YouTube channel and create even more awesome videos. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, and you want to buy Captain Frank a cup of coffee, please click on the thanks button below this video. All tips received, not spent on coffee, will be used to improve my YouTube channel and create even more awesome videos.